ever wanted so much money in the game of fish that you would never have to worry about money again? Well, in today's video, I'm going to be showing y'all the best fishing spots, rods, and enchants on those rods to make millions of dollars in the game. This strat has worked for me. I've gained almost $50 million, as you see here. So yep, let's get into the video. First, only 0.6 of you are actually subscribed, so please subscribe. Help me reach 1,000 subs by the end of the month. That's great. That would be greatly appreciated. Now let's get into it. First thing we're going to be going over is best rods. The first rod we're going to be looking at can be found in Atlantis. So all you have to do is go down here to Atlantis, and once you spawn in, you're going to go right over here and you're going to see this rod. This is the Champion's rod. The Champion's rod costs $80,000. It has really good stats. Let me pull it up right here real quick. I have this awesome skin for it. I also have quality enchant on it, but for money making, the best enchants I recommend are Abyssal if you have normal enchant relics, because Abyssal gives you a 10% chance to get a 3.5x mutation, or Quantum, which you can get from exalted relics, and Quantum gives you a 25% chance to get a 5x mutation called Subspace, which makes it the best enchant in the game for making money. So as you see here with quality, I can just cast it, shake it only a few times. This thing has really good control, which makes it easy to catch fish, so you won't have to worry about losing any fish again. This is probably the best rod I recommend for money making for earlier players, because it's really cheap. And if you get Abyss on it, you'll be making so much money really fast. Now let's head to the next rod. For this next rod, you're going to have to craft a submarine. Once you get your submarine, you're going to want to go down here into the Mariana Trench. So yeah, you're just going to want to keep going down. Once you start seeing these, that means you're getting close to the volcanic vents. To get this rod, all you're going to want to do is keep going back here into this tunnel. This might take a while, so be prepared. And once you finish that tunnel, you're going to pop up back here, and then you're going to see the rod over here. This rod is the volcanic rod. This rod costs $300,000, and its passive gives you a 20% chance to get an Ashen Fortune mutation, which is 5x. So basically this rod automatically has Quantum on it. The stats on it are pretty good. I got a skin for it, which I really like. So let's see if we can show you an Ashen Fortune mutation. So as you can see, this is the Ashen Fortune mutation, and if I can find it, it's right over here. It looks really cool. It looks like it's literally burnt to a crisp. And this is 5x, so it makes any fish you catch really valuable, which is why it is one of the best money-making rods for newer players. The enchants I recommend in this rod are obviously Abyssal and Quantum, again, because they're both really good for money-making. But if you want to, you can get Hasty for almost an instant catch. So that means you won't have to shake as much, which means you're saving a lot of time of casting and all that. So let's go on to the next rod. This next rod can also be found in Atlantis. For this rod, once you go inside Atlantis, you're just going to want to find some water and hop in. This rod can be bought in the Kraken pool. This rod is the Kraken rod. The Kraken rod costs $1,333,333, and its passive gives you a 10% chance to get a Tentacle Surge mutation. This is what it looks like. This is the best mutation in the game, and it gives you 10x value for any fish you catch with it. So that means you cannot just be fishing and you catch, and it also doubles it. So that means if you catch one Tentacle Surge, you get two. So it's basically a 20x mutation. The obvious enchants again are Abyssal and Quantum, but Hasty also works really well because you can instant catch with it. And if you're having trouble catching it because it has a little bit of low resilience, you can use Piercing like what I did, which you can get with an exalted relic. That's what piercing does. It fills up your bar and stuns the fish for a little bit. So yes, again, I highly recommend this rod. You're going to be sticking with this rod a while till you reach 10 million coins. You probably know what rod I'm going to do next. For this rod, you're going to need to complete the Calm Zone Bestiary. And this rod costs $15 million, making it the most expensive rod in the game. But obviously, it has a passive, because if it's $15 million, it has to be the best rod in the game. This is it, the Ethereal Prism Rod. Where is the Ethereal Prism rod? I have Sea Overlord on it because it is the best enchant for this rod, because that means every single fish is worth a little bit more. And this rod gives you a 50% chance to get a Prismize mutation, which, if I pull up one of my Prismize, looks like this. It makes it see-through, and it's the second best mutation in the game, making all fish worth 8x their value. So that means just by catching a fish with this, which is a 50% chance, so almost every time, you will be making so much money. This is the rod I use to make millions and millions of dollars. I can almost make me tens and millions of dollars an hour of grinding. This is my favorite skin for it because I think it looks the coolest. Now that we've gone over all the rods, let's get into what fishing spots we need to fish. I just want to say all these fishing spots are really good, so it doesn't really matter which one you fish at, but there only can be one best. First fishing spot we're going to be looking at, you're going to need a submarine. All you have to do is hop in your submarine, close the top, sit in your seat, and let's go into the Mariana Trench. This fishing spot is in the volcanic vents. To get to this fishing spot, again, where you got the volcanic rod, you're just going to want to keep going back here through this tunnel. Back here, where you bought the volcanic rod, is where we're going to be fishing. Well, you're supposed to be fishing there. I just died. Don't hop in the lava. It is very toxic. So what I was going to say is that fishing down there, the fish there, well, obviously they're fishing in the volcanic vents. The fish here like fish head and truffle worm. So use those baits to get the best luck to catch the mythics and the legendaries. They're really easy to get and they sell for a lot. You can also get the secret, the magma leviathan. I have made a lot of money from fishing there and I highly recommend it. This next fishing spot can be found back here behind the calm zone. So to get to this fishing spot, all you have to do, find these two open gates and hop on in this portal. This is the Vale of the Forsaken, the second best fishing spot to fish for money. The reason it is such a good fishing spot, because every fish in here sells for a lot. The only thing bad about it is each fish has a minus progress speed. Like, I just got the legendary like that. They're really easy to catch. The only thing bad is the minus progress speed. The fish here, like any bait you can throw at them, I'll just list a few here. The fish in the Vale of the Forsaken. Like truffle worm. They mainly like truffle worm, and they also like seaweed. You can also catch the Scylla here, which is the most valuable fish in the game and can sell for upwards of $4 billion. So yep, that is the Vale Forsaken. Now we're gonna head to the best fishing spot in the game and where I've made over $50 million in the game of fish. This is actually right next to the Vale of the Forsaken, and I'm talking about the Calm Zone. The Calm Zone is easily the best place to fish in the game because the mythics and legendaries are really easy to get, and they don't have a big minus progress speed like the Vale of the Forsaken. The fish, the mythics and legendaries here like truffle worm, which is for most mythics and legendaries. You can also catch in here the crystallized sea dragon, and if you have any luck, they're really easy to get. Like if you look in my inventory, I have so many sea dragons. And if you have your ethereal prism rod, you can be making upwards of $10 million per hour. So that's basically it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you stick to the end, please consider hitting the subscribe button because I'm doing a crazy Robux giveaway at 1,000 subs. So yep, thank y'all guys for watching. See you on the next video. Peace.